That's coming in from Jammu and Kashmir at the moment. 5 terrorists have been killed in Kulgam district and 2 security forces also lost their lives because of heavy exchange of fire. The encounter took place between the security forces and terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir. The visuals that you are seeing on your screens coming in from Kulgam. In Jammu and Kashmir, there was heavy exchange of fire that took place early in the morning today. The security forces had got the information that there were terrorists that were hiding in the Kulgam region. 5 terrorists have been killed in this encounter. 2 soldiers have also been injured in the heavy exchange of fire that took place. Sunil Ji Bhatt, my colleague, is now joining me on the story. Sunil Ji, we have seen how over the past many months encounters have increased and so has the killing of the number of terrorists. And in this particular incident, 5 terrorists have been gunned down by our security forces.
The security forces had a specific input that terrorists were hiding in this particular area at Qadar in South Kashmir's Kulgam district, and based on that specific input, a massive search and cordon operation was launched by the security forces. And the security forces, noticed some suspicious movement there, and then there was exchange of fire between the security forces and terrorists. Now we are learning that 5 terrorists have been neutralized by the security forces in a joint operation in South Kashmir's Kulgam district. 2 soldiers have also sustained injuries, but it's a major success for the security forces that 5 dreaded terrorists have been neutralized. The identities of these terrorists is being ascertained. What we are learning from our sources is that these terrorists were hiding in a densely forested area since Kashmir Valley is experiencing a severe cold wave and it's reeling under intense cold wave conditions. These terrorists, tried to, come from the upper reaches, and they were trying to enter some village in South Kashmir's Kulgam district. But the security forces got this input about the movement of these terrorists. They acted swiftly, and an operation was launched, and the security forces have got a major success. 5 dreaded terrorists have been neutralized successfully, and the operation is still on. Aishwarya, back to you.
Thank you, Sunil Ji, for giving us those details. My colleague was pointing out that this operation is not yet over. The operation, even as we are speaking, is still on. There was an encounter that took place in Jammu and Kashmir's Kulgam region. 5 terrorists have been neutralized by our armed forces. 2 soldiers have been injured in this encounter. And even as we speak, the encounter is still going on. There were specific inputs that were given to the security forces. My colleague Ashraf Wani is also joining me on the story. Ashraf, very clear from what we understand, there were very clear specific inputs that the security forces had. And even as you and I are speaking, we understand that the encounter is still continuing.
Aishwarya, encounter is over, but search and cordon operation is going on. As you said, there was a specific input with the security forces about the movement of this group, which consists of 5 terrorists. All 5 had been neutralized. In the operation, 2 army soldiers got injured. They had been shifted to the army hospital for treatment. But one of the biggest successes of the year for the security forces, particularly in the South Kashmir, there is the limited number of terrorists. Most of them are the foreigners, but the security forces are tracking them, particularly after the spike of terror-related incidents after the new formation of new government in the Jammu and Kashmir and the Kashmir Valley. So this can be considered as a major success for the security agencies. It was a joint operation of Jammu and Kashmir Police and the 34 Rashtriya Rifles of Indian Army, and without any major loss or damage of a property, this operation so far has been concluded. But for the precautionary measure, the searches of the area are currently going on, and also the identifications of the killed militants is being ascertained by the security forces and the police.
Thank you, Ashraf, for giving us those details. My colleague Ashraf Wani putting things in perspective. There was very specific input that was given to the security forces. 5 terrorists have been neutralized in Jammu and Kashmir.